NBA duels, two stars who's supposed to contend and make deep runs in the playoffs only to get either bounced in round 1 or fail to make the postseason entirely. A combination of chemistry issues, a heavy decline, wrong timing, combined with playing in the tougher conference can all factor in the struggles on why some of the best 1-2 punch during their times end up failing miserably without any playoff series wins.
How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. Thankfully, as recent as the 2022 postseason, after Durant and Kyrie both got swept out the first round, at least two of them have won a playoff series together the year before when Harden was around, making them safe on this list, while the Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert experiment, considered a failure in Utah, even they won 2 postseason series together. Some of the other pairings together play more than 2 seasons in the past and still continue to come up short year after year. With that said, let's take a look at 10 of the most disappointing star duels that never won a single postseason series together.
Number 10, Scottie Pippen Charles Barkley. Scottie's lone season with the Rockets after the 98 Bulls, Jordan retired. The disgruntled 33-year-old star signed for 5 years $67, forming a super team viewed as Clyde Drexler's replacement alongside 35-year-old Hakeem and 35-year-old Barkley. With Michael out the league, it seemed like the perfect opening. Team went 31-19. Scottie wasn't used to Rudy Tomjanovich's system, no triangle, uncomfortable being a 3-point shooter, with Barkley and Hakeem the ones posting up, and unhappy Scottie bashed heads with Chuck, became the 5th seed. Barkley felt Pippen wasn't flexible, but Pippen felt Charles was lazy, fat, and out of shape. The two got bounced by Shaq and Kobe's Lakers round 1. Final seconds of game 1, Pippen falls down, turns the ball over, locked down by Kobe. While up 1, ended up losing by 1. Despite Barkley's solid numbers of over 23 and 13, Pippen around 18 and 12, here were Scottie's thoughts in 2021 about that one disappointing one season in Houston.
He don't show the dedication, and I probably should have listened to Michael a year ago when he said that Charles never will win a championship because he doesn't show any dedication.
Of course, Barkley always responds to criticism.
If you don't like a guy, you don't have to kill him publicly, because nobody wins in that situation. And I think also he crossed the line. There's some guys, like I said, I played with I did not like, but I would never voice that opinion about them publicly.
Number 9, Chris Webber Allen Iverson. The answer unfortunately only won 1 playoff series since leading the 0-1 Sixers to the finals, barely having any help with the franchise afterwards. A surprising turn of events. Middle of the 0-5 season, King star power forward viewed as the franchise player before tearing his ACL in 0-3. C. Webb traded with 2 others for Brian Skinner, Carlos Williamson, and Kenny Thomas.
Although Webber's tenure looked good on paper, 99 games with Iverson, numbers of 18 points, 9 rebounds, the answer nearly 33 a game on 8 assists, but an ugly brutal record of 47 and 52 overall, under 500. Nothing good to say about that one.
Things looked solid at first. Webber's first season with the Sixers, 39 and 28, good enough for a 43 and 39 record against the defending champions, having rookie Andre Iguodala, Samuel Dalembert, Willie Green, and Kyle Korver. No match for Detroit, falling in 5 games. Just 3 years before, Webber was the best player on a 61-win team, robbed of the title and a game away from the finals, declined heavily. The fact that Sacramento went 44 and 15 before Webber's return in the 0-4 season, and 11 and 12 with him to finish that year, falling to Garnett's Wolves in the semis, the Kings knew Webber was no longer the superstar he was. Philly went 38 and 44 the following season, 9th seed. 2 games short of the 8-seeded Bucks. Despite AI's career best 33 points a game, a disappointing stint, but Iverson left a powerful impression to Webber, saying he's the best athlete C-Web's ever seen, best player he ever played with, wishing he'd been to Philly earlier with good knees, given how both made first team All-NBA together in 2001 on separate teams. MVP Iverson and Webber finished 4th that year. 4 years later, Webber's decline became rapid, played his final NBA game 14 months after Philly waived him. Number 8, Dave Bing and Bob Lanier of the Detroit Pistons. Of course, as an NBA historian myself, gotta pay attention to old school hoops. Bing, the 2nd pick of the 66 draft, 6-time All-Star with Detroit, 9 seasons with the franchise, 3 playoffs, no series wins, made it in 68, 74, and 75, while Lanier, number 1 pick of the 70 draft. The duo spent 5 seasons together. Rest in peace to Lanier, who passed away earlier this year, but it's an absolute travesty. A Hall of Fame point guard with a Hall of Fame center, played half a decade together, 0 postseason series wins, first 3 seasons straight up missed the playoffs. Then Lanier got better when Bing was hitting his 30s. Best year together 1974, 52 wins, first round bye, fell to the Bulls in the semis in 7 against Bob Love, Chet Walker, and Jerry Sloan. Each of the Bulls wins were by 5 or fewer. Series ended on the final play with the Bulls stealing the inbounds play.
Some of the vintage matchups. The series was decided on the last play when a Bulls steal off a Pistons inbound pass helped preserve a 96-94 Chicago victory.
Lanier dirt for MVP that season. Bing second team All-NBA, went 40 and 42 the following year before falling to the Sonics in round 1. Bing traded afterwards. Ironically enough, Lanier won his first playoff series the year after with one-time All-Star second best teammate Curtis Rowe, while Bing's career postseason series 1-5 overall. Number 7. Dominique Wilkins and Moses Malone. Malone spent the latter part of his career of 3 seasons at the ATL, already 33 past his prime, numbers of 16.5 points, 10 rebounds. Dominique fresh off an epic postseason showdown with Bird Celtics, 26.3 points, 7.5 boards, but 2 first-round exits, no playoffs in 1990. The 4 seed, having home court advantage versus the Bucks, fell in 7, Wilkins 27 a game, Malone 21 and 12 with third option Doc Rivers. In 91, Malone became a backup, fell to the 3 seed, back-to-back defending champion Pistons, each 3 losses by double digits. The biggest knock on Wilkins' career, never reaching a single conference finals appearance. Dominique in fact never won a single playoff series after 88. Number 6. Lou Hudson, Pete Maravich. Hudson 3 years older, already been in the league 4 seasons before Pete's rookie season. Both 6'5", Pistol played the 2, Hudson mostly the 3, lots of buckets.
From 1971 to 74, Hudson an all-star every one of those years. Averages of 26 a game, 5.4 rebounds, 2.5 steals, and efficient 49% shooting from the field, while Maravich 24.3 points, 5.6 assists, 45% shooting. Pete named an all-star in 73 and 74.
Given his revolutionary skills way ahead of his time, unique but did not have NBA winning success. First 2 seasons together, 36 and 46 record overall, fell to the more superior Knicks and Celtics. An older Walt Bellamy part of the team, a decent 46 and 36 record in 73, Pete and Lou became the second pair of teammate duels to both score 2,000 points in the single season, fell to the powerful 68-win Celtics in 6, while Hudson and Maravich scored in the high 20s, both lethal outside shooters before the 3-point line. The team missed the postseason entirely in 74, won just 35 games. 26-year-old Maravich traded to the New Orleans Jazz, ended up missing the postseason all 6 times. With an awful roster on that franchise, Hudson himself made it past the first round twice before even playing with Maravich. Number 5. Jerry Stackhouse and Grant Hill. Many believe Hill would have been one of the all-time greats if it wasn't for his injuries. Both these duels were once called the next MJ. Hill was more like a rich man Scottie Pippen, while Stack didn't fit well with young Iverson in Philly. 3 seasons with Hill, no playoffs in 98, joined the lockout, a 29 and 21 record, only to fall to Mutombo and Steve Smith's Hawks. Stackhouse a brutal 10-point average that series. Hill over 19-7 and 7, both posted excellent numbers in 2000, but still underachieved, a mediocre 42 and 40 record, combined for scoring nearly 50 points together. Both all-stars in 2000, the 7th seed, only to get swept round 1 by the 52-win Heat. Didn't have a chance in 2 of those 3 losses by double digits. Mashburn and Mourning too much, while Hill had injuries, sprained his ankle a week before the playoffs. Stackhouse took 59 of the team's 208 total shots. Hill decided to join Orlando, traded for Chucky Atkins and Ben Wallace on a sign-in trade, viewed as devastating for the franchise, but 4 years later, Detroit won a title thanks to multiple-time All-Star Ben Wallace. Hill's career derailed by injuries, never the same. Stackhouse played 2 more seasons with Detroit, took over 24 shots in 01, then traded to Washington. Number 4, Carmelo Anthony and Amari Stoudemire with the Knicks. After Stat signed the max deal, viewed as the franchise savior, Knicks fans were starving for any type of success. Began the season 28 and 26, MVP caliber numbers, those 54 games, over 26 a game, 8.5 rebounds, 37 minutes played, dominating on all levels. Throughout the year, the Melo trade talks intensified, gave up a lot of rotation guys, Gallinari, Chandler, Felton, and more. The chemistry lacked. 500 ball rest of the way with Melo, 42 wins, 6 seed. Amari's numbers dipped, slowly shifted to be Carmelo's team. Swept by Boston round 1, both held to under 40% shooting. Melo 26, 10 and 5, Stat under 15 and 8, heavily relied on Tony Douglas and Sean Williams. Team lost too many important role guys when Melo could have left in free agency. Amari's body broke down, back spasms, high expectations for next season, sign and trade for champion Tyson Chandler became inevitable. Melo and Stout a bad fit, 7-13 record to start the following season. Melo and head coach Mike D'Antoni had drama. Insanity happened when the two stars got hurt, won 10 of 13 games, signed J.R. Smith, finished the season 18-6 under new head coach Mike Woodson. To compensate for Melo's liking, Lin suffered a meniscus tear end of the season, got destroyed by the eventual champion Heat in 5 games. Amari suffered a hand injury for punching a fire extinguisher. 2013 added a few bets. Melo MVP type level year, 54 wins. J.R. Smith became the second offensive option. Stoudemire played just 29 games, dealt with knee injuries, only a 14-5 guy. Stat missed the entire first round series versus Boston, 1-6 over the old Garnett and Pierce. Amari returned game 3 versus Indy, averaged a brutal 3.8 points, just 2 rebounds, ineffective. Melo 28.5 points. The vets had no legs left by round 2, fell in 6. Then the bad front office decisions, team collapse following season. Then come the Phil Jackson fiasco, 37-45 record. Stat waived 2015 on verge of retirement. Melo stayed till 2017, way too long. A combination of Amari breaking down too quickly, with New York giving up heavy assets in the Melo trade, a combination of why the two never won a series they both played in together. An exciting yet disappointing time. Number 3, Paul George and Russell Westbrook. After Russ won MVP in 2017, George unhappy being the lone star in Indy, part of the Oladipo and Sabonis trade. The 4-time All-Star with the MVP, combined with the addition of older Melo, viewed as a threat to Golden State. Steven Adams, the center, only won 1 more game than the previous season's Thunder. The 4th seed upset at round 1 by rookie Donovan Mitchell. Melo a disastrous fit. Russ and PG held to 40% shooting versus Utah. Inconsistent. PG 2 of 16 shooting. Elimination game 6. Oladipo's Pacers got 1 game further. Russ dropped 46 on 43 shots, but Westbrook failed to be efficient and got his feelings hurt by Ricky Rubio. Russ's second season averaging a triple-double didn't matter. 2018, OKC went down as one of the most disappointing teams of the decade. Following year, PG became the clear go-to. In his prime, finished 3rd for MVP, averages of 28 points, over 8 and 4, 2.2 steals. Russ 23, 11 and 11. George suffered a shoulder injury February 26, shot just 40%. Final 18 games heading into the playoffs, 49 wins, fell to the Blazers in 5. Westbrook an absolute travesty, 36% shooting for the series. Dame Lillard sent the team packing, ending the Russ PG OKC era, losing back-to-back first-round series, being the favorites. A combination of Billy Donovan and Sam Presti being too soft on Russ. 2 players viewed as superstars, going 3-8 overall together in the first round. Massive underachievers. Number 2,
Carmelo Anthony and Allen Iverson. 113 games played together. Anthony averaged 26 and 7. The answer, 25.3 points, 7.1 assists. Super exciting and fascinating duo for basketball fans. 2 guys who made millions of kids fall in love with the game. 2 dominant scorers.
31-year-old AI traded December of 2006 in the Andre Miller package, teamed up with the young 22-year-old Melo. The defense lacked. Nuggets finished 45-37 in the loaded West in 2007. Forced to play the 3-seeded Spurs, a proven dynasty, Nuggets stole game 1 thanks to Iverson's 31 and Melo's 30, but the Spurs won the next 4, held Denver to 88 points for the series. Melo near 27 and 9. Iverson struggled after game 1, under 23 a game. The team lacked ball handling, a lot of ISO style between the two. The following season, the West insanely loaded 50 games, good for the 8th seed. Only 7 games separated between 1 and 8, margin of error slim to none. Both averaged around 26 a game. Iverson a respectable 46% shooting, Melo over 49%, took the offensive pressure off each other. But starting 2 defensive anchors, Kenyon Martin and Marcus Camby, Anthony Carter the other starting point guard, no good 3-point shooters in their lineup, no floor spacing facing at the time. Traditional 4 and 5s at the time arguably limited the team's success before the importance of the 3-and-D era. Melo and Iverson ended up getting swept by Kobe's Lakers 3 of the games by double digits. Early following season, Nuggets traded Iverson for Chauncey Billups, who became a way better fit. George Karl played more J.R. Smith. The team then got to the conference finals without AI, although the entertainment was second to none, with Iverson and Anthony having a postseason record of 1-8 together. Not something good to remember. Number 1, Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady. The debates intensified neck and neck with Kobe, superstar MVP caliber talent with Orlando. While number 1 pick Yao was deemed as the next big center after Shaq, Rockets traded Steve Francis, Cuttino Mobley, and Calvin Cato under coach Jeff Van Gundy.
McGrady averaged 22, nearly 6-6, 220 games played with Yao, who averaged nearly 21 and 10 and 2 blocks. Looking back, the two should have at least made a conference finals together when healthy. A 146-74 record, those 220 games, that's over a 66% win percentage.
Rockets won 51 games their first season together, both All-Stars, 25 and 24 years old, actually the 4th best record in the conference, but the divisional rules making 58-win Dallas the 4th seed behind the 51-win Sonics made the Rockets at a huge disadvantage, but Houston took the first 2 games on the road, led by McGrady's 34 in Game 1, Yao's 33 Game 2, including a T-Mac game winner.
To take a 2-0 lead. Oh, Tracy McGrady!
But back to Houston, blew a 4th quarter lead in Game 3. McGrady 1 of 5 shooting. In the 4th, both home games gave Dallas 4-point wins. Ended up losing by 3 points in Game 5, a humiliating 40-point Game 7 beatdown. The duel scored 60 of the 76. For the series, McGrady averaged nearly 31, 8 and 7, Yao 21 and 8. Nowitzki struggled, shooting just 35%. Very odd, but former disgraced referee Tim Donaghy admitted the refs were gonna call for moving screens up 2-0. Yao was in foul trouble, played under 34 minutes in Game 3, just 26 minutes for Game 4, in favor of extending the series, making more television money, giving unfair calls. Houston might have won the series in 5 or 6. Following season, McGrady missed 35 games, Yao 25, missed playoffs. In 2007, having Rafer Alston, Shane Battier, and Luke Durhead, Yao missed 34 games, McGrady 11, but the team still won 52, good for the 4th best record against the young and coming Utah Jazz with D. Will Boozer, Okur, and Kurolenko. Every team protected home court the first 6 games until Game 7. McGrady's 25, 6 and 7, Yao 25 and 10. In the closeout Game 7, Carlos Boozer a masterful 35 and 14, Okur and Williams too much for Houston, McGrady and Yao 29 apiece. All the pressure on T-Mac, needing to get out of the first round. 39% shooting for the series, nearly broke down in tears after the Game 7 loss.
I tried, man. I tried.
A combination of either McGrady underperforming or one of the 2 stars hurt or both hurt at the same time. No Yao in the 08 playoffs, another first round exit for T-Mac. Season-ending injury in 2009, Yao finally got out the first round with T-Mac sitting on the sidelines before falling to the eventual champion Lakers in 09. But after that season, Yao suffered a career-ending injury, played just 5 more games after. McGrady never averaged double figures again, retired ringless in 2013, given the hype of potentially being the next Shaq and Kobe in the future NBA dynasty, but failing to win 1 playoff series, playing 5 seasons together. Sadly, that's the definition of an absolute travesty. Even Magic Johnson compared the duel to himself and Kareem after Houston went up 2-0 versus Dallas. Everything went downhill after, some of the biggest what-if scenarios, nonetheless extremely disappointing. Honorable mentions includes Kevin Garnett, Stephon Marbury 2 seasons together with Minnesota, Gilbert Arenas and Antoine Jamison with the Wizards, injuries and incidents to Agent Zero, Grant Hill and Steve Francis failed to make the playoffs in 05, DeMar DeRozan, LaMarcus Aldridge teamed up in the wrong era, Reggie Miller and Deathless Shrimp 4 seasons, all first round exits, Chris Webber and Juwan Howard with Washington underachieved, and even the weird 2017 Jimmy Butler and D Wade with the Bulls.
Which one of these stars duel do you find all-time most disappointing. 0 playoff series wins. No future stars wants to be on this list anytime soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. With the 22-23 NBA season slowly sneaking up on us, I'll be making more videos on the coming future about the season. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button for more content, more good stuff coming soon. Love y'all. See you next time.